Learning to trade Bitcoin is a journey. Pay attention to the weekly time frame as you up your game in Bitcoin. Top right feature, looking at the weekly logarithmic chart, the chart used for the larger time frames. You will see a level of support hit, a level of support hit again, and then you will see the recontact on that weekly boom across the top, exactly the level that we poured into here the last 5 years. The trend line has been reinforced. Now, in terms of where we are at now, the descending wedge, this was actually a target for our VIP group. Hit to the upside. Why is that? The demand agreement between buyers on support, sellers on resistance of this normally bullish pattern. Listen up. Because this is a bullish pattern, we had a divergence, a price line to pattern expectation divergence, meaning that when we went to the downside on price, we will target the conclusion of the demand agreement of buyers on support, sellers on resistance. That apex is a target due to that divergence of price line to that pattern expectation. We will target the apex of a descending failed wedge or an ascending failed wedge. This is London with VIP Trader and Bitcoin Spike. Excited to be in another VIP weekend. Shout out. Hope you're all doing well. In terms of our new indicator, our specific volatility tool, pay attention. If you're using our new Zpac, I'm going to encourage you to do the following. You can right click on the capital line, the capital control line, which has been very, very, very powerful. Looking at the expression of even this drop down on Bitcoin, we caught that with our capital control line. Looking at the specific 200 weekly moving average that we're coming into contact with again, I want to encourage you the following. If you're on your lower time frames, let's say you're on your 5-minute time frame, as we look at the various patterns in play, which I'll go over in 1 second. But first of all, I want you to be able to right click on your indicator, Zpac. I want you to be able to add an alert function call, say crossing down. Pay attention, crossing down. Let's say I want my capital line here. My capital line, I want an alert when my capital line crosses down. Let's say I want it when it hits -1. Just as an example, I want it when it hits -1. Now, what is this going to achieve? If we were to hit at -1, I want to show you exactly what that level is going to be here. When I would get an alert, it could be -1, -2, depending upon your time frame. But looking at this -1, that's going to be the standard deviation at 1. Within the cyclical structuring here of the capital control line, I will now receive on this time frame, the 5-minute time frame, a specific alert when the average, that kernel regression average, gets to the -1. I could have chosen -2, I could have chosen -3 or -4. I could have chosen 1, crossing up over instead of crossing down under. I could have chosen, and let's make sure that we did that in terms of crossing down. Yeah, crossing down under the -1. We could have said crossing up over the 1. Okay, so you can essentially straddle your specific kernel regression. You can look at the price action and become alert when this average gets on the top side of the volatility range to be able to participate at that level. Very important that you understand that. And when you make your specific indicators, I want you to go ahead in the message and say cross. Let's do a capital line. Let's say crossing. You say crossing the 1 on Zpac if you want to. Something along those lines. What is that going to? That's going to just read that to you if you're using CallHook Pro. You'll get a phone call that will tell you that. Your digital assistant will literally tell you that, or you can just receive that in the form of an alert. I would also recommend on your alert that you put only per bar close or once per bar close. That'll give you 1 per bar close, okay? Very important that you not just receive those continually. Now, in terms of the actual patterning that's on going up and through this level, yes, we have a few different important patterns in play to include the specific trend line feature Elliott wave channel to the upside. If we can complete to that bullish target along the top of the resistance, it's going to take the momentum, RSI, stochastics, everything needs to be in order. And yes, that is what our volatility tool is all about. And in terms of that completion to the upside of this resistance, we're looking at nearly a 10% move. We have a more exciting pattern in the works. Yes, we have an inverse head and shoulder. Hey. Now we're talking. This is a 20% move. This is a amplitude carry up in terms of boom. Now, in incomplete, or it's a complication to the left, noted. What this would do is get us back to this specific region pre-Luna. Right, Luna disaster, right? So we would get back up into this zone, and this would be a 20+% move from the current price. We'll be looking at guys, 20, I don't want to overestimate, but 25, 30%, etc. Back up in that 30,000, north of $30,000 price range. We'll dig into the specifics. I want to encourage you, if you're also using our volatility gauge, pay attention. Pay attention. If you're going to use our volatility tool, and look at this, you can say, London, I can get all that information on RSI or stochastic. I already know how to use that. You don't know how to use this. Here on the right-hand side, the specific pricing. You don't know how to use the specific pricing on your RSI. It doesn't deliver prices. Your stochastics, your MACD, it doesn't deliver prices. This delivers price. So when you see that price has hit down into a standard deviation level here of say -3, that we'll go to the hourly. I told the VIP, our trade group, as number one trade group, I told them that orders were stacked below. Boom. We hit down into, with price and volatility, down into a pre-existing pivot level that had been recognized in the market. That -3, -4 was also in play. Orders stacked. Now, on the hourly, 4-hourly, daily, you have this repetitive volatility in play. This is giving you the prices. Hello, it's giving you the prices on the right-hand side. So when you're seeing price pour down to a specific preceding volatility level, understand this is happening on the 5-minute, on the 15-minute, on the hourly, on the 4-hourly. And I'll work on the specific, I'd say on the specifics in terms of setting, okay, some automated features and some alert functions in terms of that over the next couple of sessions of videos, particularly this week as we live stream. This is the best tool in the market. I'm extremely excited about bringing it to your attention. And as we look at the need for bulls to conquer, the number one thing is that 200 weekly moving average. If you're plugged into and you understand the dynamics in terms of the weekly, I'll just tell you this. It looks like a real clear-cut hit on the support. We caught this on the daily green buy line. A great spot trading tool. If you're trading spot, a great accumulation tool. Already, our fire and ice has what? And I know everyone in the market right now is looking at this specific descending wedge on the logarithmic chart. A great time to have some exposure, particularly if you picked it up at the lower levels. A great time to have exposure, without a doubt. We're breaking out of a bullish yet aggressively slanted to the downside pattern. Noted, aggressively slanted to the downside. Now, as we were to look at, let's say, for instance, our daily time frame right now, what would be a buy level? Buy level would be just about 19,500 would be where orders are waiting. And that coincides, you see this with that pre-existing level of resistance across that specific macro, pay attention, descending wedge on the logarithmic. Beautifully well done. Our buy line on the daily is where? Literally along pre-existing resistance to potentially flip as support. Underneath that, we do have a fire sale line. What's our fire sale line? Where we would ultimately love to pick up some additional accumulation, additional position. Where is that going to be? That's going to be in line with the preceding pivot to the left on the daily. Talk about a sweet setup. Nice lines, nice indicator. Fire and ice, number one indicator in the market, guys. Along with our Zpac, we are set and ready to just go after it, to take the market by storm in 2023. Want to invite you, if you're trading, if you want to learn to trade, if you want to trade with the best, you're going to trade with us. That's the bottom line. They are, and they will continue in terms of the top traders to align with our group. That's the bottom line. This is London, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, not financial advice. We will be in the back trading, and I mean we will be trading in the back. 15 monitors wide, pro setup, the number one in the industry, guys. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care of yourself. It's another VIP weekend. Let's go get it, guys. Work on those. Work on the Zpac. Okay. Orders above short. Orders below long. Do you want to carry a long to a short? Carry a short to a long. Work on your indicator, and you guys just make sure during the weekend it's not working on you. Have a good time. It's VIP style. We'll talk to you soon. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader.